we flew all the way to London just to check these out in person, and we gotta say it was totally worth the time. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another sneaker unboxing here on the Sneaker News YouTube channel. Before we dive into what's inside this mysterious navy blue shoebox, we'd like to ask you a quick question and deflect your attention to the subscribe button that's under my finger. Hit it and rainbows will appear, maybe. Anyway, let's unbox this special package from Adidas Originals. They just sent this over. As you can see, it says point of deflection system with interesting warped sort of type right over there. This is to introduce their brand new sneaker called the Adidas P.O.D. S-3.one. Here we go. So this is a special edition box. This won't be part of the general release. Got the P.O.D. system paper. And boom, here you go. This is the Adidas P.O.D. S-3.one. It is a brand new shoe launching June 16th for 130 bucks. Let's take it out. So here it is. This is the Adidas P.O.D. S-3.one, aka the P.O.D. system. Just for simplicity, we're just going to call this shoe the P.O.D. Given the name S-3.one, it's easy to assume that there's going to be more models coming, but this is the introductory model. It's a fairly simple design, but there's a lot of interesting design cues that make this shoe rather unique. So it all starts with the sole. It's constructed of three major parts. It is this really thick boost sole on the heel, which provides all the cushioning. You have your traditional EVA forefoot for a slightly firmer cushion, so it is not full-length boost. And you have this rather hard midfoot plate that acts as stability, gives you like a springy sort of effect. And what you'll notice is that there's actually a pretty large gap between the forefoot as well as the heel. So there's that interesting design aspect to it. And if you look at the sole, the boost sort of makes this U shape, as does the forefoot. There's this pretty deep empty bar. As you can see on the upper design, it's kind of similar to what you see from Adidas Originals these days. You know, very low profile, lightweight, breathable mesh uppers. This is not a prime knit. This is more of a traditional knit. The three straps here are taped on, so it achieves that, Adidas aesthetic without adding too much weight. So if you move up here, you see the lace collar. It's one actual ribbon piece that sort of folds around to create this U shape. And it says P.O.D. S-3.one right there. Turn to the heel, you have this synthetic piece right here that again calls out the P.O.D. S-3.one. Little hit of color right here in the blue on this flap. Turn it around again to the medial side. You don't see the stripes, but you do see this elastic blue ribbon that reaches to the midfoot. And there's this interesting little peak right over here. So this piece is elastic, so it's also going to lock you down. So you can even wear these without laces if you wanted to. And as you can see, it's a very basic sort of mesh upper, very simple, no frills. You're not going to see any intricate detailing on the forefoot, but we imagine that this shoe will feature that in terms of collaborations and other upcoming colorways and whatnot. But yeah, if you really look on the medial side, you'll definitely notice just how much this boost really sticks out. So if you're a fan of boost cushioning, there's ample amounts of it. And on the forefoot, it's your traditional EVA. Some other details is the insole. It's like a nice blue color. It's a blue nod to the Adidas Originals. That's pretty much it. It's a very simple looking pair of shoes. At the same time, it's very futuristic looking because there's a lot of early to mid 90s sort of design aesthetic that's infused into this design. It is a tribute to that era. So Adidas Originals actually hosted a launch event for this shoe in London on June 12th and June 13th. They were kind enough to invite us over there, and we flew out to London to check out the shoes. So part of the event was a display that was at the Adidas Original store in Shoreditch. And there was a whole wall of the P.O.D. shoes, and there's a table of all these different pieces of the midsole that sort of kind of speak to the whole P.O.D. system ethos, so to speak. There was a maker's lab, and what the maker's lab is it invites people to create shoes on their own. So basically from the ground up, we created our own Adidas shoe. We were allowed to pick every piece from the heel to the forefoot to the upper and adding whatever design detail you wanted, and almost an unlimited amount of pieces that we could use. You could spray paint, you can color, and we work closely with Adidas designers, so that was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience to kind of be able to create a shoe in that manner. you know, the P.O.D shoe sort of speaks to is the whole open source design kind of inclusive experience that Adidas is really pushing, and that's a big part of what the Brooklyn Farm is doing. So the P.O.D shoe is sort of like a final piece of what the Brooklyn Farm was set out to be. It's not only designed by the best designers at Adidas, but there's a lot of influence from what, you know, consumers want. The Adidas P.O.D S-3.one, it launches June 16th for $130. That's a very reasonable price these days. It's a brand new sneaker. You know, you won't really find Prime in, and there's no full-length Boost, but there's enough of it to get you Boost fans excited. And you know, the upper design is unique enough to definitely catch some eyeballs. And we know for a fact that there are more colorways coming. 4 more are confirmed for the early part of fall. That's July and August. So stay tuned for that. If you need some help finding a pair of these, you know, check out the Where to Buy guide. That's just right in our description. Click that link and we'll have a pretty good list of stores for where you could buy the shoes, hopefully at retail. So yeah, here it is. This is Adidas P.O.D S-3.one, the newest shoe from Adidas Originals. You know, let us know what you think in the comments. Ask more questions and we'll try to address them. And of course, if you get a second, please, you know, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna have more videos for you coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.